Rekieta's back on stream. So this is his view count. When he made his triumphant debut on YouTube, he got almost 6,000 viewers, and at peak, and it's kind of dwindled. He's now under. It goes down every time he streams, and now it's about 1,600, and it keeps going down. He's covering the Karen Reed trial, which I know nothing about. I haven't watched it, and I don't really care. However, he is 1 week into his old grind, and I guess he just assumed that he would just pick up the Pope hat again, and he would be live streaming and making enough money to actually support himself as per before. All he had to do was just get back onto it sober. However, the super chats say a different story. He's streaming for multiple hours, and he's getting fewer than 20 super chats of less than $100 per stream, which is really bad. Like, that's not even enough to justify the time. And it's in part because he seems to be extremely bored throughout the entire trial. So he's pulling numbers, but it seems to be people that are just hate watching him and are not supporting him, probably because his child tested positive for cocaine. So this is one clip. He is still sharing too much information. This is him talking about his Adderall prescription. I'll play about a minute or two of this.
Was your narcolepsy medication a gateway drug for coke? No. And are you still allowed the prescription coke? You mean the narcolepsy med? Yeah. Modafinil. I have that. I also have Adderall. Just a tiny dose, though. It's funny. A retard suggested that I would be like abusing my Adderall dosing. I get 10 milligrams of Adderall, and I get 30 a month. And I don't know if you know this, but you don't get to refill Adderall, like more than your prescription. They don't do that. You don't get to like do early refills or anything. So there's 300 milligrams of Adderall total for 30 days. Abusing it, it's not very much from what I hear. I think people do like 70 milligrams at a time or something like that to really kick it up. 50, I'm not sure. But no, I specifically like I don't use the Adderall for I use it for very small bursts of like whatchamacallit. First of all, Adderall, I've never had Adderall do anything more than just mildly keep me awake. But that's because I only use it for spot fatigue for my narcolepsy. When I get stressed out a lot is usually when it happens, but when I get stressed out, my narcolepsy kicks in a little harder. And so it's nice to have something just that isn't an all day thing. Like my modafinil is like, that's all day. That's 12 hours or whatever. But just a 10 milligram boost of Adderall helps get through those things. So yes, I'm still allowed to have anything I'm prescribed. And I have that. I don't know. It is not the same by any stretch of the imagination. Believe me. But that's fine. Like, you know, Coke is very intense in its own way. It's a lot.
This is like, part of the reason why I think his viewers is like not sticking around, is that even though he's not like a cuckold, like actively being cuckolded anymore or actively drunk, he still just talks nonstop about drug experience. Like, he has nothing interesting to say about anything else besides his up lifestyle. And that's the two things that he's doing. One of them is that he's doing illegal speed that he's prescribed apparently for narcolepsy. And that will show positive in his drug test, but it will not get him in trouble because he has a prescription for it. So they're expecting that to show up in the test. The other thing that he's doing is speculation, and it's a little bit more insidious. So this has been going on. The few brave people willing to actually sit through his live streams have taken the enormous labor of clipping the shit out of his boring ass trial coverage. And let's watch it together, Chad.
May 3rd transcript.
I'm back. Yo, YouTube's doing the weird thing where its view count starts skyrocketing even though they're not here.
Name's Caitlin Albert.
Hi to the not real people.
Refresh your recollection, take a look at your transcript.
Sure.
I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to run an ad when this thing peaks out. Sorry, I don't know if it's real. If they're going to give me a shitload of live viewers, I'm going to take advantage of it, damn it.
Okay, thank you, Brennan.
So apparently his stream would flicker, his webcam would conveniently flicker on and off for about a minute apiece.
I'm aware of that now.
You're aware that Kevin Albert is Caitlin Albert's uncle.
I guess so.
How many conversations did you have with anybody before you actually sat down?
If you're only listening, he's like zonked. He's sitting upright and he's kind of like, imagine like if you've ever been really drunk and you're sitting upright but the room is spinning, you know how you like wobble just like for no reason, just because you're losing balance. He's doing that.
Either in anticipation of setting up the interview or otherwise.
None. I think once I got the call, I just called my chief that they're asking me to come in. And that was that.
And you got the call from whom?
I don't know which state trooper called me.
He's still just really wobbly.
Oh, me either.
He's doing the thing
Very
again.
specific in your memory, it was a state trooper.
I only ever met with state troopers, and no one from the camp
Watch
police ever
his
contacted me about
eyes.
an interview, setting up an interview.
So when he was really high, watch. He looks all around the room and up at the ceiling again. The ceiling cat is back. So this is just something that he must do anytime that he's f***ed up. He just starts gazing at the ceiling for no reason. It's really bizarre. It's like his tell.
Back to the ambulance and just reported it.
And importantly, it was important enough.
Then I think his mic is
to go
muted.
back and report the statement, but not important enough to write it down with that pen. It's very convenient.
Yeah, he's like yelling at somebody.
Correct?
It's not about.
He doesn't seem happy. He doesn't seem happy by that at all. Okay.
That was. Well,
I
I
didn't
didn't know
know
what
it's
those
just you
statements meant.
It doesn't matter. Maybe she hit him. There's no way in which I hit him isn't relevant to an EMT.
Repeat it 4 times as you climbed, right?
Yeah, I had that in my head, and I was going to go tell them that.
And you had a pen
That was going to tell him I just forgot.
writing things, correct?
Yeah.
You never wrote that down, did you?
I wasn't going to write that statement down on the glove.
That woman has an annoying voice. She has like a vocal fry or something. Not that I'm one to talk, but she needs to like straighten her posture and speak more from the chest. Because she's like, oh no, I wouldn't have written that on the glove. Like, don't do that. People don't like to listen to that. That's why my podcast only has a couple thousand viewers instead of the million that I deserve.
Writing things down.
Nick has a UTI.
Well, I was still finishing writing down some of the other.
You got a UTI from all the sex I was having my
wrote
life
down things
over.
that were some of the things that were said.
So we have the jurors getting kicked out for
I think these clips are after he disappears for a minute each time.
lunch here. It's about time. We just finished up the testimony of I don't know what her name was.
He can't even remember the name of the person in the stream that he just watched.
But look, it's clear that lady had a relationship, and it goes to
Just completely lost his train of thought because he's so f***ed up and not paying any attention to anything. I'm kind of curious, actually. Give me a second.
We're going to be seeing what galaxy.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the native habitat of the galaxy gas enjoyers on Google Shorts. Let's see if this is actually.
We're going to be seeing what galaxy gas is. I was so confused as to what it was originally.
Fucking ass. Show me the thing. I don't care about what you have to say.
This is Lil T, and this little baby bottle that he's sucking on is called Galaxy Gas. What it really is nitrous oxide, flavored nitrous oxide to be exact. Lil T is just one of the many hooligans who has fallen for this Galaxy Gas scandal. In this video, I'm going to be quickly reviewing what Galaxy
I
Gas...
don't give a fuck. Show me what it looks like. First time trying galaxy gas. It must be signed in. Hold up. I just need to hear it. Let's see the other browser. Okay.
First time trying Galaxy Gas.
Okay, that's what he sounds like normally. It's opening the box. It's a very nice box. It looks like that HRT Femboy box that they sell in Brazil. It's like shiny, like a Pokemon card. Okay. He's got the bottle.
Yo, this thing's fat.
Okay, it's fat, he says. It even comes like a little attachment that you can use to huff it. All right, he's about to take a whip it. You better say something after doing this.
Just kidding. If you do this shit, you're.
You! Oh my god, what a dumb piece of shit. Little Nar shows how to.
Nigga, the only way to do that galaxy gas shit without your brain up, first you gotta check the drip. You know what I'm saying? Get the tip, get that bitch beeping like this here.
Is anyone actually gonna do? I need to know what. I need to know what it sounds like. Is nobody gonna do this? No, okay. I can't believe I can't find a single video of someone actually doing this shit. Okay, one more time. If this isn't it, then I give up.
Dude, man, it's your boy 4K Skull. We back at it again. Like I said, we gotta keep this thing going, man. If we wanna be where we wanna be at, man, we gotta keep it going.
Okay, that's what he sounds like normally.
How I'm feeling.
Okay, he's doing it. Okay, he just took it. Okay, he's like passing out.
Really here, no, I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, he does sound like that. What the
Yeah, we gotta keep this thing going, man. If we wanna be where we wanna be at, man, we gotta keep it going. Like I said.
One more time. Alright, say something. Oh yeah, he's doing a biggie. He's doing big you. He's like passed out in his chair. Speak. Oh, he's gone.
Yo, we not gonna edit this video. We're gonna drop it how it is. Like,
Dude, that does sound like Rekieta. He's like slurring and stammering, and he's like looking around. I can't show you the video, but he's got the octave drop and everything. That's crazy. That's totally what he's doing. Here, one more time. Just listen to what he says when he comes back from the video.
May 3rd transcript. 10.
I'm back. Your YouTube's doing the weird thing.
This really doing nitrous oxide whippets on stream. I can't. Wow, that's crazy. That's funny. I mean, it's sad, but it's funny. So the reason why people immediately went to whippets, by the way, as their point of speculation, is that nitrous oxide does not show up in any test. All you're doing, literally, this is the entire high, in case you don't know. You are filling your lungs with nitrous oxide, and that nitrous oxide takes the place of oxygen, which you use to feed your brain. So when you inhale it, it doesn't cause discomfort, but it does deprive your brain of oxygen. And it's kind of like intentionally giving yourself like vertigo or something, and you just like you lose your breath, and then you're like oxygen deprived, and it gives you like a sensation of euphoria. So that's what they're doing. There's no actual chemical reaction that's taking place that is considered like an intoxication. So not only does it show up in tests, I asked Hardin, because Hardin used to be a elected prosecutor in Greene County. I'm like, if this guy was on parole or probation or whatever, and he was doing whippets, would that be a violation of like his don't get high rule? And Hardin said no, probably not, because there's the legal definition for like intoxication involves like an actual chemical reaction that alters your state of mind. And if you're just like not breathing, that doesn't really count. It would be really hard to prove that that's a drug. So he's completely allowed to do this. But there's a big trade-off. Sure, it's like a legal high. Sure, you can get around your probation. But the thing is, when you deprive your brain of oxygen, your brain cells die. That's what happened to Kanye West. He does whippets, and now he's like all retarded and shit. And it's like you're literally trained. Your brain cells don't ever grow back, bro. they're gone forever. You're born with all the brain cells you're going to get. I think maybe they stop growing after 24 or something, but it's like if you damage your brain cells, they never ever come back. They're just gone. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's up. Yeah, he was already retarded. Okay. From my understanding, I didn't do a deep dive into this. I'm going to do that kind of live because I didn't have time. But this, from my understanding, is that Nick missed a parole meeting. And if you don't know, if you miss a probation hearing, that's considered that you failed. So you don't get to say, like, if you just no-show, like a mandatory screening, then you just get written off as you failed it. Like you intentionally didn't come in because you were high or something. So he might as well have been high on coke as far as missing this is set for. I'm not sure. Let me take a double look. I'm going to go through what I have, but that's what the discussion looked like. And what it seemed is that he blamed this on his wife waking him up at 4 a.m. by cooking ramen. So I don't know what the fuck is going on, but supposedly, I got some posts, so let's just watch.
I hereby find you guilty of being late and very unbreaded.
Yes, I apologize for being late. Really do. I finally got to sleep last night, and then I wake up. Lady Rackets is like, how about that ramen you were talking about earlier? It's like, woman, I'm supposed to be in bed asleep. I don't want to make ramen at 4 a.m., but I made ramen at 4 a.m. because it was delicious. Oh, my eyes.
What the f is he doing? Bump this fucker
I have
up.
morning body. I also have a nasty line of pain going down my throat, so that's cool.
Yeah,
How many days are this?
People love it when you start up a stream and you're just groggy and complaining and you sound like you're half awake. People love that.
I left for this trial a lot. Opening this evidence. A few.
You've worked on this case with Michael Proctor, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, within your work on this case, you actually partnered with him for
What the f***'s wrong with his eye?
Did you not?
You'll have to be more specific.
Sure. So for instance,
Okay, let's actually look at the timeline for this. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong about the parole thing. Maybe he was just late to his stream. So on Tuesday at 11:50, Patrick Melton starts streaming. 6 minutes later, Nick Rekieta said he wasn't doing the night show because he was hanging with the lady. That morning at 3:20 a.m., Rekieta is in Patrick Melton's chat still. It's the last time he super chats or chats in the chat. 17 minutes later, Patrick Melton actually ends his stream, presumably to go watch illegal based off his prior statements. 14 minutes later, Rekieta replies again to a tweet on Twitter about the anniversary of his arrest, which was, so that's at 4 a.m. his time. He's tweeting about something that's happening in like 2 weeks from now. Oh man, is his anniversary of his arrest on a Friday? It's on a Friday. Oh, that gives me some ideas. Then on Wednesday at 4 a.m. exactly, he makes another chat. The next morning, Rekieta claims Rekieta woke him up, this time to make her ramen. So his wife woke him up at 4 a.m. He's only been sleeping for six minutes at this point, apparently. And Rekieta wakes him up and says, "You have to make me ramen." Now, from my understanding, she's a mother of like 5 kids and should definitely have the capacity in order to make ramen herself. I have seen DSP make cup ramen noodle. I don't think that she has any excuse for not being able to do that by herself. I don't get that. 14 minutes later, Rekieta was in the comment section of Stalin19 YouTube of Aaron Imholt to call him a bad interviewer based off a post. And then 4 hours later, Rekieta blames Kayla for his stream starting late. So conclusion, Rekieta was lying again. So he was just sitting up, jerking off and then watching other streamers until 4 a.m., even though he knew he had to stream that morning. and then was late and just lied until it was about ramen. I guess he didn't miss a parole hearing. Okay, that's my bad. I saw a post about it and I thought that might be like his excuse was that he missed the meeting because of her. My bad. Patrick Melton also posted this, which is bizarre, and it is apparently Aaron Imholt's wedding band, or wedding ring rather, which is a bit strange. It appears that Rekieta kept some memorabilia from Aaron, in particular his wedding ring, or he got it from what's her face, the hoe, April, and is like it's like a trophy of his now that he like ruined their marriage. Really just healthy, normal behavior that you would expect from a well-adjusted 40-plus-year-old father of 5 and married man. Fascinating. He is in Las Vegas now. This is from the Patrick Melton Discord, I'm pretty sure. So this is the Las Vegas airport, and he has already been cited. So interesting to see if he'll be able to avoid jail after visiting Las Vegas. He had asked for permission to travel out of state, so now he's in the city of Sin, trying to be completely clean, meeting up with people who are going to be drinking while he himself cannot drink at all. So, oh, and this is what really pissed me off. Like, apparently at some point, his daughter comes into the stream, and the Kiwi Farms users were nice enough to censor her face. What kind of tipped them off is that she's wearing a Buc-ee's t-shirt, like a rainbow tie-dye Buc-ee's t-shirt. And this is apparently across 2 different days. So his kids are wearing their clothes multiple days in a row. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe it's just 2 days. Maybe it's not so bad, chat. But that's number 1. Number 2. I don't know if you remember this, but when the body cam footage thing just started happening, both Nick Rekieta and his attorney, or attorney friend, I forget who his name is it Barnes? Barnes said that the people trying to get access to the public records of body cam footage were because it would feature his children in it. Then Rekieta starts streaming, and he puts his youngest daughter in front of the camera, and it's like, do you want this both? It's like, okay, so it's to want a video that might have kids in it because of your own wrongdoing, but it's perfectly acceptable to just show her on stream on your own anyways. And it's like, what a asshole. He goes out there and he legitimately calls people, and then just because they're violating his child's privacy, and then he just does it himself anyways. So it's actually so despicable. I really hate him. What an absolute piece of shit. Him and his lawyer. Anyways, that's the Rekieta update. Up to no good as always. He's already up, already high on shit. He thinks it's clever because it's like it's not going to show up on a drug test, but it's like they might look at these videos and then revoke your parole anyways because you're obviously doing something. You know what I mean? It's like you're obviously getting high on stream again. So I don't know. Couldn't be me.